Mr. Shores, this is in order to show cause hearing, your opportunity to show cause, if you have any cause, why you should not be held in contempt of court for failure to have complied with the support obligations that were imposed at the time of your divorce.
Your Honor,
What do you have to say?
am I free to go?
No. Why do you want to go?
Because I was ordered to make an appearance,
Okay, so
and I'm making here I am, a special appearance. Am I free to go at this time?
no, you're not. I'm ordering you to disclose to us, tell us why you...
So let the record show that I'm not here on my free will.
Okay, the record
So,
shows that.
are you asking me to participate, sir?
I'm requiring you to participate.
Okay, so then can we have the plaintiff certify my right to subrogation, please?
I don't know what you mean by rights of subrogation.
It's in the law dictionary, sir.
Well, I know what subrogation is. I'm not aware of that.
Can I have the plaintiff certify my rights to subrogation, please?
You don't have any rights to subrogation that you have disclosed to us. So
Can you explain to
if
me?
you want to disclose your subrogation issues, you can certainly do that now.
I'm asking the plaintiff to certify my right to subrogation.
Do you know what he means by that?
No, I do not.
Okay, so she can't because she doesn't know what you mean by that.
Okay, well then I'm directing you, Honor, to certify my rights of subrogation.
You have none
Can you explain to me why?
because you have not made me aware of any subrogation rights that you have or subrogation claims that you have. I think you do not know the meaning of subrogation. So tell me why you have not made the payments that were ordered you made to make in the divorce decree.
Your Honor, are you understanding that I am again requesting the plaintiff to certify my right of subrogation?
I understand what you said, but it makes no sense because
Okay.
you're not aware of any rights of subrogation that you may claim. Why don't you explain to the court what subrogation rights you think you have?
To ensure that I can have somebody held accountable for what is occurring today in the absolute violation against my inalienable rights, my constitutional rights, the Bill of Rights, and especially the ADA rights. Do you know, sir, have you been made aware that it's only been since Tuesday that this fine court system has found the ability to communicate with me in a way that is appropriate and afforded to me by Americans Disabilities Act?
I am aware of that, and that is because you had not requested that the court comply and provide you with information pursuant to the ADA, and once you made that request, it has been complied with.
That it's supposed to be applied from the beginning, from when Mrs. Karst, when she served me papers, she is to comply with the ADA too, which I made her aware of. The sheriff, who was hired by Mrs. Karst to serve me papers, was made aware of also. The sheriff at least tried to make some kind of attempt to send me information, but he did it in a form which was unintelligible.
Well, I imagine the sheriff had not been informed of your demand for compliance with the ADA until that time either.
That's incorrect, sir. At the time that the sheriff arrived at my home, the first time he arrived at my home, we were in the middle of a recording session, and I asked for him to come back in an hour, which he did. And at that point, I told him and informed him, as a blind person, you cannot serve a blind person papers, that you have to do it in a format that is conclusive to my disability. And then we discussed the appropriate ways that it can be done. We went through some phone calls back and forth, and then I told him from the beginning, it has to be done, and Mrs. Karst is well aware of this, because she is absolutely violating my ADA rights, because she knows of what the arduous challenge it is for me to read a piece of paper.
I understand that.
And so when the sheriff, when he finally scanned me papers, he scanned me papers, which is more or less like a photo. So my devices can't read photos. And on top of that, I have just learned in the last week from Renell Fennell, who is your ADA coordinator and contact, who has been trying to assist me for the last 2 months. And this is why I cannot, well, I should not, is better statement, be here before you, because this court has trampled on my ADA rights. You have not given me fair nor due process of law. And I ask that if you're demanding that I participate, that there's a continuancy done so I can have appropriate time to either get myself a lawyer or to find out why I am here.
All right.
My biggest question, though, is, Your Honor, why am I here? And the second question is, how or why was my children used as leverage when you suspended my parental rights?
Because you were ignoring us.
I was not ignoring you, sir.
Yes, you were, sir.
How was I ignoring you? Can you explain that? When I have ample evidence of time and time again where I've contacted the court, I have a list of 13 names of people that I have talked into this courthouse. I asked that Ms. Renell Fennell be brought into this courthouse to show how I've been trying to be compliant. I'm asking you guys to follow the letter of the law.
And I'm telling you that as soon as we became aware of your request to follow the ADA, we have been doing so.
That's not true, Your Honor. That is not true, because according to your website at mncourts.gov, if you go in there and you follow the procedures, that it states if there's any complication of trying to fill in these forms, you advise the contact or the coordinator of the ADA of such challenges. And she has been well aware since February, the beginning of February, of the challenges that we've been having trying to properly communicate.
Okay, well, I was not aware of that, and I don't know anything about that. You may be right.
Your Honor,
Here,
you
let
were...
me tell you what I'm going to do, sir. In light of your complaints, we are going to continue this hearing to a later date, and we will send you, in proper ADA format, the information that we need, and give you an opportunity to retain a lawyer if you wish to do so.
And at this time, I ask that you excuse yourself from this case, because you have been absolutely, since the get-go, in violation of my ADA rights from the first time I approached the court back 3 years ago.
I don't recall you making a request for ADA compliance 3 years ago.
Your Honor, I have the evidence, I have the recordings of the transcripts. If you remember, on the first day that we were at court, you wouldn't even allow me to use my devices at the first day of the court.
And then I did. I did allow you to use your devices.
Right, and
And you seem to, with your devices and with your aide, who has been here periodically, you seemed quite capable of understanding what we were doing, and never let me know that you weren't.
Your Honor, there is voice recordings of our discussion of the arduous task of me trying to navigate the website, trying to navigate papers and everything, and you deliberately denied listening to any of that stuff.
Well, I disagree with you, and I'm not going to recuse myself from this case. I'm going to stay on the case. We're going to continue this hearing for approximately 30 days, and in the meantime, very shortly, we will get you an order in the appropriate ADA format that you will be able to understand and comply with, and telling you what we need, and you'll have to come back at that time, the date that we set, with the lawyer
And again, I'm asking that the plaintiff certify my right for subrogation.
Well, that's,
And let the record
that's
show-
gobbledygook as far as I'm concerned.
Let the
You
rec-
haven't explained what you mean by rights of subrogation.
Let the record show that the judge is not instructing the plaintiff to certify my rights for subrogation.
The record so shows, because your request doesn't make any sense.
Okay, am I excused then, sir?
You were excused, and we will
Thank
send
you,
you
sir.
an appropriate order, and we will.
All right, Troy, let's go.
Comply with
Judge, did you want a hearing date before?
it. Yes, we'll set a hearing date right now, but it'll be in the order that we send you as well, Mr. Shores.
We could do Monday, May 14th at 9:30.
Okay, Monday, May 14th at 9:30 will be the next hearing,
And how much time is set aside?
an hour.
Okay.
All right, you are excused.
Oh, Your Honor,
Yes?
may I ask you, are you going to be using the threat of my children against me again?
I guess I'll have to see how you, your willingness to comply with this court's orders.
It has been well documented how I've been trying to comply, but it's also been well documented how you've denied any compliance or compassion.
Okay, I'm not going to commit to doing anything or not doing anything at
Well,
this point.
if you recall, the last time I was in this court, I was manhandled by your bailiffs.
So you claim.
No, the audio record, which is now on YouTube, will show it.
Okay, well, I can't wait to look at it.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
Have a beautiful day.
and you as well.
Ape gish bimad ziwe wiyan.